What's up, guys? It's been a busy few days of shoe testing. I just got done testing the Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next Percent. Still have to test out the Alpha Fly Next Percent in the watermelon color. But today we're going to be hitting some trails to test out the new Pegasus Trail 2 colorway in the Volt and Black. So this bright thing over here. So I can't wait to try these on. I know this shoe's been released already for a while, but this is the new colorway that Nike did. So, can't wait to see how these perform. I currently run in the Pegasus 36 Trail, and I love those shoes, so we'll see how these go. So let's get to it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the RunWithJ channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Nike Pegasus Trail 2. So I just got this cool color, the Volt and Black version, and I finished testing. So in this video, we'll talk about how the test went, as well as if this shoe is an improvement over last year's model. And then we'll also take a look at the Nike Trail shoe lineup to see where this shoe fits in. So if you guys are new to this channel, welcome. Please hit that like and subscribe button, as well as the bell for notifications, and let's get started. Let's talk about the specs first. So this shoe came out around June of 2020 this year, and it came out with a couple of colorways, the Barely Volt, the Poison Green, as well as the Smoke Gray color for both men and women. So this new color, the Volt and Black, was just recently came out. So I don't believe it's here in the US yet, but I think this came out in Europe. So this is a really cool colorway. It's super bright. You could probably see this thing from space. But you definitely won't get lost in this shoe because it's so bright. So this shoe costs around $130, and it weighs at about 10.8 ounces. So it's about an ounce heavier than last year's model for a size 9. And this shoe has an offset about 10 millimeters with a 31 millimeter in the heel and 21 in the forefoot. So this shoe is made up of a few important components. You got the upper mesh over here, which is pretty standard on Nike shoes. Then you got the full-length React foam now on this version's shoe instead of the Cushlon foam for last year. Also, you got the pull tab in the back for easy in and out for your feet, as well as the lugs on the bottom for traction. And this year they use like a bike tire lug variation for this shoe, to give you more stability and traction while you're running. So as I said earlier, this shoe weighs about 10.8 ounces, which is about 1 ounce heavier than last year's Pegasus 36 Trail model. And also, the weight of the shoe is also a little bit higher compared to some of the shoes, but it's not that bad. It's just a little bit over the Pegasus 36 Trail and also the Air Zoom Terra Kiger 6. Other than that, the shoe weighs about a little bit less than the Wild Horse 6, which is a little more aggressive. The offset is pretty similar at about 10 compared to the last year's model, except for the Kiger 6, which is at 4mm. The price is the same for all of the Nike Trail shoes, so that hasn't changed. But other than that, yeah, this shoe fits pretty much in the middle of the lineup. If you want a more aggressive running shoe, then this would be better than compared to last year's Pegasus 36 Trail. And with more features in this year's model for sure. So for the colors, so currently in the US, you have the Barely Volt Laser Blue Poison Green Black color, which is the standard main colorway you see everywhere. And then you also have the alternate version, the Black Dark Smoke Gray Particle Gray Spruce Aura color. That's available for the men here in the States. So for the women, you have the similar. You have the Black Dark Smoke Gray Particle Gray Spruce Aura color, as well as the Pure Platinum Fossil Limelight Laser Orange. And the women get an extra color, the Dark Beetroot Desert Berry Platinum Tint Black color. So initial impressions of the shoe, at least this colorway, this thing is super bright. I'm sure people will find you if you're lost in the woods or anywhere, even, with the light shining on it, this thing is crazy bright. So if you're not into neon, super bright colors, then you want to stay away from this color. I find it pretty cool looking. Also I like how the React foam on the bottom is black, so it's easier to wipe off the dirt and debris when you're running. So this shoe has, their standard mesh on the upper, which is pretty familiar with Nike. It's pretty similar. So this fabric looks like if you get dirt on it or mud, it's going to be a little bit hard to wipe off. So you're going to have to scrub it really thoroughly. You have this perforated tongue up here that has holes in the middle, or in the three lines of holes all over to help, I guess for water purposes. So if you get water on your shoe, it helps drain it. You got the cage in the middle that locks your foot in. And you also have this little neoprene kind of like stretchy material around the heel and ankle to keep like dirt and debris away from inside of your shoe, which is a plus. I know in the old model, the heel area was lower, so if you were running, you're kicking in dirt and rocks, and it's kind of annoying to take your shoes off to, get that out. And then in the front, you have like the toe fangs, what they call it, in case you hit like rocks or anything hard like that to protect your toes. So yeah, the React foam is full length throughout the bottom instead of the Cushlon from last year. And in the back, it's pretty rigid. It's got like a collar for stability. It's much harder in the back compared to the front. Even in the front, there's a little bit of tough material to keep your foot stable down there. Insole is pretty standard. The laces are pretty standard as well. The lugs on the bottom are pretty aggressive looking. It's bike tire inspired lugs to help you, with traction and also help you with a smooth ride when you're transitioning from the road or into like a trail or terrain. So this shoe is not entirely waterproof. It's not like they have the vapor weave material like they use in higher end running shoes to help keep out water away. That would be nice in addition for the next trail shoe. So overall, yeah, this is a pretty cool looking shoe. It's pretty basic, your trail running shoes with huge lugs, but I find it pretty interesting, especially in this colorway that's pretty new. So first run in this shoe, it definitely feels very similar in the way it runs compared to last year's model, the Pegasus 36 Trail. The big difference that I can take away from is that the React foams, it definitely can feel a little bit of more softness with this foam, and it's definitely better for you on your feet when you're stepping on hard rocks or things like that. You can definitely feel a lot less. So this shoe is definitely a little bit more stable. The lugs are definitely a little more aggressive. So I felt, my foot was more, stable and nice inside the shoe. Other than that, the shoe is a little bit heavier, so it's about 1 ounce heavier than last year's model. So I definitely did feel the weight a little bit, but it's a trail running shoe, so weight isn't that huge of a factor. But if you're doing long mileage trail runs, that can definitely have an impact on you. So if you prefer like a lighter shoe for trail running, the Pegasus 36 might be for you. Otherwise, if you just want a shoe that's rough and can take all of the heavy terrain and is built more stable with some technology in it, this probably be the shoe for you. So I mean, 1 ounce of weight, to some people it could be a world of difference, but for your average trail runner, this would be fine. And this has other technology and things that'll make you, maybe you want to get this shoe instead of last year's model. Like I like these this neoprene material here to keep the rocks away, which definitely I've noticed has helped. The heel tab is nice to for in and easy on and off. Also, I liked the toe fangs, which is pretty nice. I used to hit my toes on like rocks or roots, and this thing definitely minimizes the impact on that, which is nice. The tongue is pretty cool too. It's very like squishy. It's like neoprene material with like the cuts within the metal for your water drainage, which is pretty nice. I haven't run in water yet, so I haven't yet tested that out. But overall, it's got an aggressive look. I had a good time running. It wasn't anything that was mind blowing while I was running with this shoe compared to last year's model. Last year's model, I would say, just felt like more basic. Just felt like a regular Pegasus road shoe with bigger lugs. I had a lot of twisted ankles in that shoe because the ankle lock area was lower, and I felt a lot of sliding around in that shoe compared to this Pegasus Trail 2, which I didn't really feel as much. So you're more locked down in this shoe, so I think you'll have less injuries or twisted ankles in this. So overall, yeah, this has a lot of improvements over last year's model, except for the weight. So yeah, if you want a trail shoe with a lot of technology that's aggressive, that'll keep you safe in regular and light terrain, this shoe will definitely be for you. But if you want just a lighter shoe, that'll be for lighter terrain. Maybe you'll go with the last year's Pegasus 36 Trail. So also, the Terra Kiger is also another option that you can have. The Wild Horse is more for, I would say like very tough terrain where because it's more aggressive. It feels a lot heavier as well. So you have one end of the scale, super light Pegasus 36 Trail, and then you have all the way on the other end of the scale, the Wild Horse 6, and then you have the Pegasus Trail 2 in the middle, as well as a Terra Kiger 6. So between all of those shoes, I would personally probably just stick with this new Pegasus Trail 2 shoe, since it does the job for me and it makes my foot more stable while running through the terrain. So overall, not a whole lot of technology upgrades when it comes to this year's version of the shoe. Both shoes, including last year's, are great. So I would say that people who like a lighter running shoe that's just running in basic trails where there's not a lot of rocks or tough terrain, you could probably be fine with just a Pegasus 36 Trail. You can definitely, this will be a little bit overkill for that, but if you want a shoe that'll be good for variable terrain, but also keep your feet secure, but with an added weight of 1 ounce, then the Pegasus Trail 2 will definitely be good. So both shoes are fine. It's basically up to your preference. The newer version has a more secure and locked-in fit, and with React foam, which is a little bit softer on your feet, and also gives you that more roughness on the bottom of your shoe, so you don't feel any of those terrain you're stepping on. Pegasus 36 Trail last year, you can get a great discount on those shoes right now. You can get them for sometimes even under $100. They're just as great, have good lugs, they're lighter, but they're less stable to me. Material wise, they're pretty much similar. So yeah, it's really up to your preference, but this year's model definitely is nice. It's not mind-blowing for sure. I wish they would add like a water-resistant or waterproof material like the Vapor Weave on next year's model, but overall, the upgrades for this year is pretty nice. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found this video informative. If you're deciding between a trail shoe, then I hope this video has helped you make that decision. I mean, both shoes are great. I like the Pegasus 36. I probably will use that for lighter terrain, trail running, and then this one for just variable terrain. So it's really up to personal preference. Both of those shoes are great, and the last year's model has heavy discounts on it right now. So if you like that one, so be sure to pick it up before they're gone. So if you guys have any other questions, feedback, or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. And I hope you guys staying safe out there, enjoying your runs, and I'll talk to you guys on the next run.